Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Jake Xavier Sports, and yeah, it's been a minute since I posted a video. It's been about a week or so, so I do apologize for not putting out a video in a while. Obviously just been really busy, putting stuff together and things like that, working. But definitely gonna be talking about this Chiefs and Jaguars matchup. Definitely one of the biggest matchups of the week. Pretty much anybody in the NFL would all agree that this week's matchup with the Kansas City Chiefs offense and the Jaguars defense is one of the most exciting and anticipated matchups so far this season. You got two of the best teams in the NFL going head to head. One of them's a defensive guru team as far as the Jaguars, and then the other we got the Patrick Mahomes factor with Kansas City Chiefs, and he's been playing well to start his career out. Um, I don't think there's been any other quarterback in NFL history to have the stats that he's had as far as touchdowns is concerned, and then of course he has the yards to back it up, and he has zero picks, no turnovers to go along with the success. So it's going to be a high-powered offense versus a high-powered defense. Of course, Jaguar fans are going to be excited, but I think, like I said, most of the NFL and most NFL fans in general are just going to be really anticipated to see this matchup. I'm going to be really excited to see this matchup. And it's a couple things, going into this game, you got to be concerned about if you're a Jags fan. You know, just going back on week 3, I know the Jaguars feel like the season so far has been a success, but I think we all look to week 3 as somewhat of a setback, and we're kind of second guessing ourselves to put the Jaguars as the elite pantheon team in the NFL because of the fact that we lost to the Tennessee Titans 9-6 and how inept the offense looked in that game. Now we've seen the offense look inept before, but they were able to produce points with the defense or somehow muster up some field goals or some kind of offensive production to eventually win the game. But we didn't really see that in the Tennessee game. We saw the effects of not having Fournette, and Fournette, yes, he's going to be out this week versus the Kansas City Chiefs. We're going to need Fournette later on in the season, and not having him, this game might be fine, but we're going to need him for the weeks coming up. And I felt like us trying to rush him back too early in this Jets game kind of set him back a little bit. I don't think we should have tried to played him, but we did. But we did really need him at that point, and we need our star running back. So it's unfortunate to see him struggle with these injuries, and we got everybody calling him a bust, like Jaguar fans or just national media saying, we should have drafted Patrick Mahomes or we should have gotten this guy. And of course, hindsight's 2020. Everybody obviously knows what they're talking about after they've seen what's happened. But I feel like Fournette, he's still like I said, he's still our star running back. It's only his second year in the NFL, and he just has to get acclimated and get his body in the most elite shape that he can. Because right now he's not able to take the hits and the punishment for a 16-game season. But anyways, just moving on from that, our offense, in that Tennessee game, we don't want to see our offense look like that again. And I think the problem in that Tennessee game is Tennessee was able to take away our crossing routes that we love to do. And Blake Bortles is very successful on those crossing routes with Dede Westbrook and Keelan Cole. And it seemed like they were open all day. And in the Jets game, it seemed like they was always open, just hitting that little crosser on second and third down. And then James O'Shaughnessy, he stepped up in a really big way. And then also Safarian-Jenkins, I think I thought he was going to get going in the Jets game, but I think he just needs a little bit more time and a little bit more chemistry with Blake. I think they have a good relationship already, but we just need to see more of that production on the field. And I think Austin Safarian-Jenkins is going to he's going to continue to play well, but I think he's going to eventually break out this season. So that's going to be something to keep an eye on for. And then DJ Shark, in the limited time that he got in as well in the Jets game, he looked very good as well. So we're going to need him to step up big as well, because if we have games where other receivers aren't stepping up, like Dede Westbrook or Keelan Cole, we've seen him go up and down this year, and Dante Moncrief as well. He had a long 60-plus yard catch on Sunday versus the Jets. But we're going to need DJ Shark eventually to step up, because maybe two or three of those guys might not have a good game or it goes down with an injury. So it was very good to see DJ kind of, put his game more on the positive side instead of the negative side. He did some really good things in the Jets game, so it was very encouraging to see that. But yeah, man, this offense is really going to have to step up and score points versus the Chiefs. Currently, we're ranked 22nd in the league right now as far as points scored for, with 22 points a game. And, we're ranked 15th in the league in 266 passing yards. We're ranked 15th in the league, and then 13th in the league in rushing with 113.5 rushing yards. So we're kind of in the middle of the pack as an offense. We've seen glimpses of the offense being successful, but I think that Tennessee game, like I said, was a setback. And I think Jaguar fans have that game stuck in their minds. And I feel like if this offense plays well and Blake Bortles plays well, there's no reason why we can't beat the Chiefs. And obviously, we all saw what happened on Monday night. If he did it, Patrick Mahomes pretty much put on a show. He was able to convert late in that game, bring his team back from 10 points down in the fourth quarter, and beat the Denver Broncos. Had an amazing play where he had a left-handed conversion for a first down, and it was just amazing to see, And me being a football fan, I love watching the Chiefs play. The Chiefs have one of the most explosive offenses, ever that I can, remember. And, just watching Andy Reid in general work his offense has always been pretty cool to see how he, manages his offense. And now we see it's taking a whole nother level with Patrick Mahomes, and we see the talent that he has. So I love watching the Chiefs, but I think it's going to be a struggle for them this game. They're going to be going up against two of the best corners in the NFL. A.J. Bouye and Jalen Ramsey. They're two of the best corners in the NFL. If not, they're definitely the best duo in the NFL. And Jalen Ramsey is arguably the best. He's considered in that hierarchy of cornerbacks. Now, A.J. Bouye doesn't get the respect he gets, but at worst, he's the top 5 cornerback. So we're going to have to put pressure on these Kansas City wide receivers. Obviously they have Sammy Watkins and Tyreek Hill. So with the speed they got and kind of the veteran leadership that they bring to the table, it's going to be a challenge for our cornerbacks. And it's going to be interesting to see how that speed matches up with our cornerbacks because, our cornerbacks are fast as well, but they like to get physical too. So that's something I think that will have an advantage over the Chiefs. I don't think they're as physical as in the wide receiver group as us. So, expect for us to really get physical, try to send some pressure on Mahomes, really get in his face. I don't think Mahomes has really seen an elite pass rush this whole season, maybe versus the Broncos, like I mentioned. But we saw how he performed late in the game. He was able to break him down late in that game. And I think Jaguar fans will probably think of Marcus Mariota and how he has an effect on the Jaguars of running football from the quarterback position. But I think Patrick Mahomes, he's a little bit different. Even though he has a little bit of mobility with his feet, I feel like we'll be able to contain that a lot more and really force him to throw the ball down the field, which I know most fans probably don't think that might be a good idea. But I really have faith in our secondary. I really feel like they'll be able to make plays and have a lot of pass breakups and things like that. And I really, like I said, really do have faith in this defense. And what Todd Wash has done all year, it's been pretty much impressive. And he's dialed up a lot of things. He's been real courageous. He's been really aggressive. So I think just from watching all of that, I know we haven't had the turnovers or the nasty sack numbers like we had last year to begin the season and throughout. But I expect for that to come. I feel like offenses know that our defense is really elite and turnover heavy. So I think other offenses this year have been playing that's been playing against us have been trying to get the ball out quicker, doing more screens and doing, things on offense that's going to take less risks so they won't lose the game by just turning the ball over because our team is very successful when our defense is able to get turnovers, sacks, and, things like that. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun matchup. One matchup people's really not talking about because everybody's focused on Tyreek Hill and Jalen Ramsey. Obviously, they're both excited to face up against each other, but don't forget about what Deshaun Gibson did to Gronk to take him out of that game in the Patriots game. Now, I know the Patriots' only weapon was Gronk, so it was pretty much easy to eliminate him, but the Kansas City Chiefs have an elite tight end with Travis Kelce, and he's just as good as Rob Gronkowski. He brings that same kind of energy, same kind of swagger. He might be even a little bit better player, in my opinion. I think Travis Kelce is a better player than Gronkowski. Gronkowski has his strengths, but I feel like Travis Kelce brings a lot better strengths to his game than Gronk. So we're going to have our hands full, and I think I don't know if they're going to put Deshaun Gibson on Travis Kelce like they did in the Patriots game, but I would love to see how they match up versus Travis Kelce and how they guard him. I really like Deshaun Gibson, what he did versus Gronkowski, so if we see somewhat of that versus the Chiefs, I wouldn't be surprised, and I'd be happy to see that. So, like I said, our defense matches up really well versus them, and then our linebackers are really fast. So even if they were able to say, okay, well, we're going to try to ground and pound versus the Jaguars, we've been really stout against the run this year, and I feel like our run defense has gotten a whole lot better. And the addition of Marcel Darius, you can see that from last year. You can see that he's just continuing to get better in this defense. And Malik Jackson is balling out this year as well in the run game. So, and Ngakoue, he's having one of his best years playing against the run. Even though his production isn't coming in sacks in the passing game, you see in the run game he's getting a lot better. So, the only elite running back we really played this year was Saquon Barkley, and he had that one run where he bust loose. So, our defense has been really stout, and I really like the direction we're going. So I'm not really going to be concerned if, Spencer Ware or Kareem Hunt, they decide to get those two running backs involved. I'm not really concerned about that. I feel like our defense is up to the challenge. For a final score for the game, like I said, Fournette's going to be out. Brandon Linder's a little bit banged up for us. Our offensive line has been playing well, though. But you saw Tyler Shatley had a couple miscues at center in the Jets game. But our offense really has to perform well this game. Our defense is going to do their job, but I do feel like the Chiefs are still going to get theirs on offense. They're still going to find ways to put the ball in the end zone. Now, our defense has only given up 3 touchdowns all year as far as passing touchdowns, I believe. But I think the Jaguars will get it done in this game. I feel like the defense will be the difference. I do feel like we will allow a couple touchdowns, but it might be garbage touchdowns. But I'll say Chiefs 14, and I say our Jacksonville Jaguars will have 17. Actually, I'll give us 20. Well, I'll say 20-14 Jaguars will win. Like I said, I'll give the Chiefs 2 touchdowns, and I think Blake Bortles he leads a late touchdown drive to get us to victory, and I really do feel like this is just one of those games where I definitely feel Blake Bortles is going to take even a bigger next step. You see him already taking those little baby next steps. Yeah, he takes a couple steps back, but then he even takes a bigger leap forward and trying to, be a successful starting quarterback. So, we just need to ride this wave, ride the boat with Bortles. He's taken us this far, and for us to beat the Chiefs, like I said, 20-14 is my final prediction for the score. I think that Blake Bortles needs to perform well, obviously, and I think that he will. I'm not going to sit here and say he's going to outperform Patrick Mahomes, even though we did see Blake outperform Tom Brady earlier this year. But with the direction that we're headed with this offense, as far as us trusting Blake and, see Blake not turning the ball over as much and making the smart decisions, I feel like he'll lead this offense to great things, and we'll get a big win in Arrowhead Stadium. And I think this win will if it hasn't already, put it in the heads of the national media and in the rest of the NFL that the Jaguars are the team to beat in the AFC, and we will win the AFC South, and we'll probably be the representation of the AFC in the Super Bowl. But, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're fans, or I'm a fan, so I can do that. But I think that'll be the talk after we beat the Chiefs. So I'm definitely confident going into this game. Let me know what you guys think about that. Any final score predictions you want to put at the bottom, let me know. Or just anything you want to add to the game about Fournette being out, how that really affects our offense. Like I said, it really sucks that his career has gone this way so far. But yeah, definitely subscribe, like the video if you like it. If you're a Jags fan, definitely subscribe and like the video. I'll keep updating you with different videos, just recapping and just talking about the Jaguar season and game-by-game prediction as well and analysis. But other than that, go Jags. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys next time. Thank you.